Greetings, everybody. Crit Cats is back. And we just left our party hanging out with Silvira Savicus. She managed to open the Infernal Puzzle Cube and find in it a series of metal plates upon which a nasty deal was struck. And they're going to now try and figure out what's up with this shield.
Yes, Silvira, we found this shield. This is what Thaddeus was kneeling in front of. It keeps telling us that it is the hidden lord. I don't know if that rings a bell at all, but you want to take a look at it?
She eyes the shield. This shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargauth is, I believe, its name, though it calls itself the Hidden Lord. It was a pit fiend sent by Asmodeus to corrupt mortal souls in the material plane, and there it amassed such a following as to rival that of gods. In that way, Gargauth became a sort of demigod, and having worshippers increased its power exponentially. My, how the mighty have fallen. This shield has the power to corrupt everything around it. The Hoon family of Baldur's Gate has kept it for years now. Doubtless they'll want it back, but this shield should not be taken to any place where thousands of mortals reside. It needs to be locked away in an extra-dimensional space away from corruptible souls.
Alright, well, I hate to break it to you, but this one over here, I point to it, he's maybe made a deal with it to swear fealty to, his mortal dealings.
And she
Well,
kind of
I mean-
eyes Ned up and down.
Well, first of all, he said he was a celestial. And
Silvira just laughs.
He lied.
secondly, he part of the deal was he's gonna do everything he can to get me out of another deal that I may or may not have made.
With another devil.
One has his
It was-
soul! This one has his fealty, so I mean, there's two bargains made here, neither of them good by any stretch, but
Silvira says to Ned, maybe you should be more careful about signing contracts in the future.
That's what they said.
As this is going on, Vice is going to lightly tap the shield with one hand, and she's going to be like, "We are not chill."
When you touch the shield, it responds. And it says to you, you didn't expect anything different from me, did you?
No. But I just
Suppose
feel
we both know how to play this game.
What
I
did
just
we learn?
felt it was appropriate to let you know that we are no longer chill.
So, Silva, what's the deal with all the contracts? Why contracts? Why it's like these things, these devils keep making contracts, like why?
Before Silvira responds, Gargauth responds to Vice one last time and says, silly mortal, we were never chill. You are but pawns
So for
in my
kids.
game, but instruments with which to bring me greater power. Ned,
We are
At
not
least you
taking
cast
you to
fireball.
Avernus.
response to you is that contracts are legally binding, and infernal contracts have a very special power. And if anyone is ever found to be in breach of contract, there are always consequences.
The contracts are two-way, right?
I'm not sure I follow what you mean.
Well, you said if somebody's in breach of contract, then there's consequences. Well, the contract's signed by both parties, right?
I mean, I don't know if that will hold up in the court of Asmodeus, but generally yes.
So
If you sign a contract, you better make sure you read every word. Devils like to slip in a lot of fine print and extra
But if
fun
they-
bits.
But if they specifically tell me something,
in relation to the contract, does it have to be true?
They must abide by it, otherwise the contract will be in breach. Yes, in violation.
This brings a whole new definition to lawful evil.
Interesting.
What lawful evil is.
Interesting. Interesting.
There's lawyers'
Ned,
horns.
stop doing that with your voice and stop rubbing your chin. Making everyone feel weird.
The only way I know to look smart.
This shield, I do think that maybe I should lock it up somewhere, but on the other hand, there is this order called the Knights of the Shield. Maybe you've heard of them?
They suck.
Yeah, well, they're going to stop at nothing to get that shield. So if you take it, it's kind of no skin off my back.
Yes, but the shield itself wants to return to Avernus. Therefore, it's got...
Doubtlessly, Gargouth wants to escape the shield and get back into his corporeal form.
Can he do that?
That I don't know. Celestial prisons are notoriously difficult to escape. Nonetheless, I suppose it's possible.
If we take it to Avernus and he escapes and he's in Avernus with all the other devils, that's...
Then he's not here corrupting mortals. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
I suppose there is something to be said for that sentiment. However, you're only going to be bolstering the armies of someone like Zariel, or maybe Tiamat, who knows? I don't know where his loyalties lie nowadays, or if he had any to begin with other than Asmodeus.
I mean, if you have a spare
bolstering
sack of holding just lying around, then...
But bolstering them against the demons, right? I mean...
You know
devils
what
aren't...
this pit fiend has done, right? The reason that Baldur's Gate is such a cesspool of scum and violence is because Gargouth was there, exerting his will upon innocent people and corrupting people. But then you probably know more about that than anyone else here, don't you?
I mean, a little, but all I'm saying is, if he goes and bolsters the devil army against the demons, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
Sure, but just keep in mind that that's not all devils do.
You had me at sure.
You should have stayed for the rest.
So, now it comes to a great decision, heroes. What are you going to do?
I think we should keep it.
I don't mean about the shield. What are you going to do about Elturel?
Well,
I'll take a look over towards Rhea and say, I mean, Rhea, Avernus does not sound like a very pleasant place.
Rhea says, I'm going.
I'm with the
Alright.
teenager.
I'll follow that teenage girl anywhere.
Yeah, I told her we had her back, so...
I mean, we can't just let her head off into hell by herself, right?
I appreciate the sentiment, but this is my fight. I absolutely have to do this. I owe it to all those refugees, to all my friends that are probably still down there. I know some of them have to be alive.
Rescue mission!
Wow, I gotta tell you, Rhea, that almost inspires me to be like, rah, good guys, let's go.
We could definitely use whale.
Vice, you seem a little quiet and reserved. Is everything okay?
I'm just thinking about how difficult this mission's going to be for you guys. I mean, like going into hell, that's big.
Yeah, we could probably use a healer, you know?
Yeah, I
would
mean,
say
Someone to help us save all those people.
I would say
You're
it's
fucking
almost-
insane. You want to go to hell? You want to travel to hell to make this wish of this teenage come true where she
Oh,
rescues
you're
a few
coming with
people?
us.
Are you crazy? Are you fucking
Come on,
You want to go to
Vargas.
hell? You want to go to hell? I mean,
We'll come back.
I come from deep places where bad things happen, but hell is a whole other deep place where bad things happen. I mean, do you understand the difference between those two things? The
It
place
It
I come
can't
from
be
is bad
any
enough.
worse than the Blue Bear tribe, honestly.
That's what
You
I kept saying.
Have not lived
about the-
enough.
Why?
How old are you, Razi? How old are you, Ned?
Vargas, your curse
50
starts to
something.
kick in when you start to think about all of the people suffering in El Terrell. And
25.
when you start to think about you not going, you're realizing that by inaction, you are allowing them to suffer, and grief starts to overtake you.
Oh my heart! Oh my heart! I plead with all of you, do not go. It'll be the worst for all of you. You do not understand how much suffering, how much pain you'll all go through if you are to stick with this.
Vargas, think about how
I
much
mean-
suffering the people down there are going
that's
through.
not what
We've
you're
got to
thinking
go
about.
help
You're
them.
thinking about the suffering of all the people in El Terrell, an entire city, thousands and thousands of people in hell.
In hell, you're saying in hell.
Children-
Already
Because
Think of
you
the
in hell.
didn't do
children, Vargas.
anything.
Think of the children, Vargas.
You're the thing you wish to do. I understand the pain. I feel it in my very soul to my core. But I know that if you go down there, you'll join them. And that is where my plea comes from. I feel it. It hurts me to my core. But I warn you, if you take this action, you too will suffer. And I feel that suffering, and do not take it lightly. It's not something to be taken lightly at all. It is your eternal soul, an eternity of suffering that I warn you against because I feel it, and it burns like 1,000 cries of a phoenix that cannot be reborn. I feel it.
I'm gonna reach
I
out
warn
and
you.
put my hand over his mouth.
He doesn't even notice. He just
While this is happening, Vice is over at the edge of the room, just like, maybe if we sent the shield to a celestial plane.
Vice, you remember now the end of your dream and that sinking feeling that you had, that if you don't take these ruffians and kind of guide them along their path, that they're going to fail.
Hey, Vice. You know my flail. It's a kind of an infernal artifact. You're a nerd for that stuff, right?
Yes, but I know about your flail and how it came to be, and
Think
No,
of how
that's
many
not what I
infernal
how
artifacts
completely
there are.
avoidable
in
that all
Avernus.
Stuff you'll see. All that stuff down there. You're gonna.
You could
I
write
would
a
be
book.
going to hell.
You could write a book. It would be a bestseller.
You could be famous.
I don't want that.
Freya puts a hand
I take my
on
hand
Vice,
off of
and she
Vargas's mouth
says,
now.
You know, we could really use you.
I know, and it makes so much sense for me to go.
You're fucked. You're all
God
fucked.
damn it,
I mean,
Vargas.
Language.
You're
Well,
coming
Language
with
or
us.
not, do you know what is at stake here? You're immortal souls. You go down there, I mean, as I said, I feel it in the depths, in the very depths of the ocean that is my being. I warn you that
Hey,
if
Varg.
we
Who gave
go
him
down
booze?
there,
Vargas. You know that last contract I signed with the shield? I signed your name on it.
you signed my name, but in your blood, most likely. I know
Ned-
those contracts. I
Ned, we've
refused
gone
a
over
few of
this.
them on
Signing
my
someone
own.
else's name does
Oh,
not
my
change
friend.
anything. If anything, the devil's going to refer to you as Vargas.
Hello, Vargas. Good luck to you in the afterlife, wherever you end up.
At that point,
I thought that
Probably
was
Severa's
somewhere in the
voice
Nine
booms
Hells.
over everyone, and she says to Vargas, "You're worrying about the suffering of a few immortal souls, when there are literally thousands of immortal souls in grave peril. Let me explain to you what's going to happen when they die, because they're currently under contract by the Creed Resolute. They will be reborn in Avernus, and they will be stuck there for all eternity. If they die again, their souls will be lost."
You think I don't realize that? I'm not a stupid person. I would rather not be among them because I see this as a futile journey. I'm not stupid. Do you
Life
not?
is a
Do
futile
you
journey.
not?
We all know what lies at the end, but it's what happens in between here and there that matters.
I'd rather not be in between here and then. Really, I'll take a boat anywhere to not be in there and then. I understand the pain and suffering. I feel it in my bones, my soul, whatever else there is of me. And I don't want to be there. And yet something in me calls. Oh, I fucking hate whatever that is to tell me to say I must go. Oh.
This is gonna lean over to
Fuck.
Francis and be like, was he always? I don't remember him being this dramatic a couple days ago.
I think it might have.
Drama!
You. Are you ready to go to hell, Vice? Do you want to go to hell and burn for eternity and become a demon?
Do I look like any kind of person who belongs in hell?
Out of spite, fuck it! Fuck all of you, let's go!
Language!
Let's fucking go, let's do this thing. I'm sick of it. Let's fucking go. I'll be there with all of you and we will burn together. Alright, let's do it.
All
right.
Go to Avernus. Let's go to Avernus.
I don't want to burn.
So what's
I
this
feel-
about your friend that can send us? Silveris.
Is it unanimous? This one still looks like she has some reservations.
I
That's
do
advice?
I have some questions, and a couple of things that I would like to get a tad bit more insight on.
I
But
hope you know I will try to answer your questions to the absolute best of my ability.
one of which I'm not entirely comfortable with sharing with the entire room, so I think I will save that for
Another time.
after.
I don't think we've got later.
Ooh, secrets.
Just
You need not leave immediately.
uh,
That choice is yours. How you wish to spend your time is your choice. Sooner is probably better than later, however.
Oh, miss, not let anyone suffer. Oh, we're gonna take some time and let more people die. Oh, let's take the time to think about it. Oh, alright.
Shut up, Vargas.
I'm going to Avernus out of spite. Fuck all of you. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. We're doing it now, or we're not doing it, or at least I'm not doing it. You choose.
Vargas, give us a few moments here. Vice, I do also share your hesitation about going. I too am not quite convinced that this is the right path for me either, but it's balancing out my own need for self-preservation against the need to help those that are certainly suffering as a result of the poor decisions of Thavius Krieg. While I'm not a fan of this decision, ultimately I think that I need to go to help my friends here rather than spend my time up on Earth regretting my decision.
At that point, Silvera pipes up again and says, "I almost forgot. Francis, this may interest you. There is a member of your family in Elturel.
I'm sorry. There. And you see him. You see his face go white.
Did his face go white?
Indeed.
Ja. Ja,
Right?
my face got white. Ja. He almost he loses about 3 inches of height as he sort of slumps over, and he turns and goes and finds a chair and sits down for a little bit.
I got a confession to make.
Towards the door.
I got a confession. I know you guys may not realize this, but sometimes I think that maybe I'm not the smartest guy around.
Aw, don't say that, Ned.
I know. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm brilliant, right? But I don't know. But this is. I'm just really. I'm so confused, and I'm trying to. I kind of look up to people like Francis and Vice, because they're so good. They want to do good things all the time, and it's coming from the giant clan. That was never part of our life, right? Then we come here and we have a chance to actually be real heroes, and the people that I thought were the most good people are the people that have a problem doing it. I'm so confused.
Kind of look up to everybody, short stuff.
Halfway through the room, I look at Ned, send him a message, and say, 90-something% of heroes don't achieve anything good. And then I keep walking towards the door.
And straight into the wall.
Bop. Oof. Looking for the door.
I mean, there is a door there.
You can't bend a door.
I reach for the knob.
Well, you want to say the knob moves out of the way? I mean...
You just expecting it.
I turn around and I look at this magical Visar's person. If you're gonna send us, just fucking send us. Just don't tease me, I said I'll go. I said I'll fucking. Don't give me false hope. Just fucking send us.
Okay.
At this
Okay.
point.
Marcus, why don't you have a seat?
Maybe
Whoa.
Fuck's sake! Oh, let's wait in purgatory before we send you to hell. Just wait there. Fine. Fuck it. And I go and I sit down.
Lady,
There's all of a sudden magically a nice hot cup of coffee next to you.
Ooh,
Someone give him like a penny whistle. That usually distracts people.
Lady Silver person, you don't happen to have any magic that like makes him less drama. He's just been kind of this past few days. It's been
I can
just
make him pass out and fall asleep if you want.
well, then we'd have to carry
He
him.
might need that. That could be good
He's
for
heavier
him.
than he looks.
I mean, that's why they invented carts.
Oh yeah, we'll just take a cart to hell with us.
I mean, I assume he's not going to be sleeping forever.
So what's the plan, Stan?
I'm going to have to mail a couple of letters. Probably have to tell my parents that I'm not going to be visiting for a while. Yeah, I can do it. I can go.
Then it is
Okay.
decided.
God, they don't have apple juice in hell. Wait!
They don't.
Dang it!
As a matter of fact, you're gonna find this out sooner or later, but not only is there no apple juice, but even if you found some, it wouldn't taste like apple juice.
Wouldn't.
In any case, since it is decided and all of you are going to go to Avernus to try and save some of these Elder Guardians from what is most assuredly a horrible fate, I do have something I could give to you. Now this map might not be entirely reliable, warned Silvera. Its creator went mad making it. I understand it talks to you as you try to navigate. And there's
Yeah.
something incredibly maddening about trying to make a map of Avernus, so save yourself some trouble and don't.
The map talks to you?
Is that an
Apparently it
Oblivion Gate?
does.
Maybe we shouldn't let Ned hold on to this one.
Yeah, no. Vice,
got
I
it.
think you should
I
be in
got it.
charge of the map.
Okay.
I got enough voices in my head.
I'll take the map.
Is that the Eye of Sauron?
We have two other small orders of business to attend to before our meeting is going to be concluded.
Great.
I can give
Why
you
not?
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
I can give you access to some of the restricted areas in the archive. That may help you prepare yourself
restricted
better for
section.
Avernus. And also, when you're ready to go, a wizard named Traxgore lives in a tower 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spellbook or two, so he owes me a favor. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use a plane shift spell to take you straight to Ultarel. More importantly, Traxagore is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the Nine Hells. I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu.
Name doesn't sound very Battle of the Demons-ish, but okay.
It certainly doesn't, does it? It's funny how that works.
Is
So,
her last name Lemon?
your path is laid out before you. Make your choices as to how you'd like to spend your time. And I'm sorry, but that's all the time that I have. So let us conclude this meeting.
That's all
Miss-
the time you hell sends 5 people to hell. 6 people to hell. Oh no. Oh no. That's all the time. Fuck. Well, send me the coordinates. Send me to this person, this wizard. Maybe he can help me out because I know I'm
Vargas
already
falls
damned.
asleep.
Yeah, I was gonna ask somebody to cast a silent spell.
Miss Savikas, before we leave, could I talk to you about some
Absolutely.
things?
I'm at your disposal.
Good. Could we do so in a more discreet location?
Absolutely. You heard that. A lot of you, I love you to death, but beat it. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Alright, I'd throw
Go
Vargas
have a
over my
bite.
shoulder.
Francis sort of slumped over, distracted looking, walks out the door, not talking to anybody.
Hey, Frank. I run after.
No
We're
response.
going.
Would you like some tea?
Yeah, tea would be nice.
I would like to try to listen at the door after I deposit Vargas wherever the other guys go. Just down the hall.
You notice something very strange. The outside of the door does not look like the inside of the door.
But can I
Don't
listen
hear
at the door?
anything.
God damn it. Ah,
Messages are
I
more
shuffle
terrible
off
than that.
defeated.
Just for shits and giggles, why don't you roll a perception anyway?
Two.
You definitely instead of putting your ear up to the door, you like plug it with a finger. And you're like, why isn't this working?
Did I get info on where this mage would be before I fell asleep?
She said that Traxigor lives in a tower 20 miles. In
No,
any
it's
case,
okay.
Silvira, Vice, she offers you a cup of tea all the way from Karatur.
I accept.
They call this green tea there. It's quite refreshing.
I take a tentative sip before.
Delicious.
Awesome. Yes.
If you like green tea.
Green tea's great. But after taking a sip, I'm gonna place the cup in my lap, and I'm gonna be like, I suppose I should get into the. I'll begin with the matter that concerns multiple people before I discuss the one that concerns myself. I would like for you to take a look at this ledger. We found it, or at least we found these items in a wagon on the road here. And upon their discovery, two of our party members, who were apparently involved in a infernal ritual, began attacking us and would not stop until we had put them to sleep. And
Unconscious.
nighttime, declared bedtime.
Let me have a look at that.
We have confirmed that everything that was in that wagon was associated with the Knights of the Shield. Would you have any idea what things like this could be used for? If any kind of rituals or...
Let me have a look at the ledger.
Of course.
And as you hand the book to her, she just kind of leans back in her chair, and her mage hand takes it and levitates it up in front of her, and she starts to flip through it while she's sipping tea with her actual hands. And as she looks over the, I guess, like 2, maybe 3 pages of the ledger that you inscribed with all of the Knights of the Shield stuff that was in the wagon, she says, "Yep, it looks like it was placed there on purpose for you to find."
Oh. So there's no other significance of it other than to trigger a memory?
Apparently, that was part of the ritual. It seems that 2 of your companions had their memories partially wiped.
I see. Well,
Or at least temporarily locked away until that crystal awakened that in them.
Is there any way we can assure ourselves that something like this can't happen again?
Well, where you're going, I would find it incredibly unlikely. Gargal's power has mostly been here on the prime material plane. I mean, he's been in Baldur's Gate for generations. Mostly this is where his influence extends. He has a bunch of mortal followers, but it's not going to be easy for them to get to Avernus.
All right. I will be sure to inform my fellowship of this information. As for my other, conflict, are you any good at interpreting dreams?
A little. And she leans forward, and the ledger just kind of gently comes to rest on the table in front of you. She says, "You know, I read your treatise on infernal puzzle cubes and the use of infernal iron in the inlays. It's pretty insightful.
Thank you. I had a fun time working on that one. There were a lot of puzzle cubes I got to work with. But on the way here, I was subject to a dream that which took me through all 9 layers of hell. And from there I fell into nothingness, and within that nothingness there was a glimmer of light, and within that light there was a golden sword. Do you have any idea what could have come of that, or what that might come to mean?
I'm pretty sure that you're going to find that out. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. This dream will unfold. Sometimes dreams are prophetic, sometimes they're gifts from the gods. Sometimes they're just manifestations of our subconscious. You are learned in the lower planes, especially the 9 hells, and so it's really no surprise to see them come up in a dream of yours. However, this bit about a sword, I mean, it doesn't really ring a bell. Zariel uses a hammer in combat. Sometimes also a spear, sometimes also an axe, but always that hammer.
See, perhaps I'll have to consider it more. In any case, thank you.
Of course, you're always welcome here.
I suppose I should be going. Will we need a map to get to your friend's tower, or?
Oh, no. We'll go up 1 floor to my griffin's roost, and they'll fly you there.
Oh, wonderful. I've never flown on a griffin before.
Oh, it's quite exhilarating.
Ooh.
If you've ever ridden a horse, it's like 1,000 times more enjoyable than that. And the view, breathtaking.
Suppose I'm knocking out multiple things on my bucket list. Did you know I always wanted to come to Candlekeep? Initially I thought I was gonna just spend as much time as possible here, and I should stop nerding out. I should go. And
this seems like a good place for you.
Yeah.
Daenerys is always looking for new acolytes.
I don't know about pledging myself to any deity specifically, but...
Well, the Order would definitely benefit from your presence. And I don't believe most good aligned gods are in the habit of keeping people under their thumb. But of course, this is a matter for you and them to discuss. When this is all over, you can always come back.
Assuming that I do come back,
Cross your fingers.
I think I'd like that. Well, I'll be off. I have not tried the tavern's apple juice, but I'm told it's good, so...
Okay. And as you leave, the door shuts silently behind you, with no one pushing it.
Before I leave, I'm gonna give a tiny wave to the little...
He pops back out of invisibility and waves back.
Alright. Then I'm gonna catch up with everyone else.
You manage to catch up with them because Razi's not moving at full speed because she's carrying Vargas. So, you kind of hoof it down the hill, and you manage to catch up with them about halfway back to the hearth.
Ned's just poking Francis. Hey, Frank. Razi, he won't say nothing.
Sometimes, Ned, people don't want to talk.
And I'll look at him and go, "It's okay, buddy." I'll rustle his hair a little bit, and I'll just walk off ahead of him.
Keeps rustling my hair. Does he know that I'm 50 years old?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
But you're short.
You're 50?
Well, gnomes live
Oh
a
man,
long
I guess
time.
that's as tall as you're gonna get, huh, bud?
Didn't you two grow up together?
Well,
Well, clearly, I thought we did, but clearly he was old when we met.
gnomes age different.
We met like 5 years ago. I was 20. I thought he was too. I don't know.
50 for a gnome is like 20 for a half-orc
Okay.
or human.
In any case, we should rest up. I'm certain that when we're ready, we'll be able to head right over and get things done. By the way, the carriage thing, I asked about that, and apparently that was on purpose, which is not fantastic, but it should not happen again if we really are going into Avernus. But we should be all right as far as the Knights of the Shield go.
Did she say something about a conservatory here, where we could do a little bit of research before we head down there?
She did say that we would have access to some of the deeper levels of the archives. There's a good chance that some of the information that we could get from books and tomes within are going to be quite helpful. I do plan on checking out at least several weeks' worth of literature, just to get me through it.
Yeah, before we head off to this wizard to plane shift us down there, I think it might be best if we check out, do a little bit of research so you know what we're getting ourselves into.
Nerd.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is the party wants to do a little bit of research, right?
At least two of us.
Okay, so Rhea will go along because she's going to prod both of you to keep it moving and not to stagnate because people are suffering in Elturel. However, you can spend one day down there, one good long day, 8, 10, 12 hours, and anyone who does so, their characters learn the Dungeon Master Guide lore in Chapter 2 about the 9 layers of the Hells. And also, anybody else is going to take one day of research for each one of these. Characters can also research devils to learn everything that's said about them in the Devil's Entry of the Monster Manual. Now, that doesn't mean stat blocks, okay? That's like the first 2 pages, okay? Just the what do you call it? The margin text.
I probably would have gone for the Devil's section of the Monster Manual.
Okay.
Vice, if you wanted to go after the description of the 9 Hells.
Absolutely. Especially, I'm going to hold on to that last part of my sentence. Carry on.
Okay. So
Ned would
that's-
be following Francis, looking for picture books of devils.
And like every 30 seconds, somebody has to go, shh!
Oh, this is cool! Oh,
Ned, why don't you roll me a D100?
oh my gosh. Okay.
It takes 80 minutes before you get thrown out of the archive.
Oh.
For
There
not
was
being
no
able to keep
drinks
your voice
anything.
down.
There's no drinks in there anyway.
I mean, we got 80 minutes.
Yeah, you definitely looked at a bunch of picture books before then. Lots of devils look real nasty.
I think I might have nabbed like a couple recreational copies of world religion books, so that Ned and I can go over any lawful deities that you might want to consider.
Mad then, gonna do something that's against your lawful nature, huh?
What?
So they don't allow you to take any volumes out of the archive.
Oh, I didn't know that. I figured, since they had copies, like multiple copies of each book,
They don't.
maybe.
Didn't know that.
They don't?
Before I get
Not
kicked
all
out, could she show me some of those?
Sure.
And do I see anything on?
You definitely see an entry about Garl Glittergold that grabs your attention.
All right, I will
And
actually.
you almost think that the picture of him is like laughing at you.
Excuse me.
You can definitely, it's just, it's a picture of him and he's like happy, right?
Yeah.
But you're sure that he's like laughing at you. As if to chide you, as if to jest.
He's the trickster, isn't he? He's playing a trick on me right now. I look around.
And then all of a sudden it
somebody
doesn't
tells
look
me
like he's
shush.
laughing at you anymore. It just looks like a picture.
That's weird. So I will. That's the one thing that I will actually attempt to read.
Yeah, then you read about Garl Glittergold.
Yay!
All right. I think that's probably a pretty good place for us to leave it for the evening. Next week, actually, we're not here because next Monday is Valentine's Day. So, sorry everybody watching, but we're going to take next Monday off because I'm sure you are too. So that puts us at our next session being on February 21st, 2 weeks from tonight. And at that point, our heroes will make their way to Traxagor's tower, and meet Traxagor, and then meet Lulu, and then head into Avernus. So you heard it here first, everybody. Chapter 2 starts in 2 weeks. We are Crit Cats. Make sure to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can check out our YouTube channel to see the past episodes of our games, including this one. And Francis, aka PB, was nice enough to put our Discord info in the Twitch chat. So if you hit that, you can come and hang out with us and play some games. And with that, Crit Cats out!
Bye.